time response of second order system for unit step signal. So the standard form of the transfer function of second order system, so that is given as C of s divided by r of s is equals to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. We shall take 4 different values of zeta and study how the second order system responds to a unit step input. Now for all different values of zeta, here we can define some different cases. So that was discussed in the last video. So what are those cases we discussed? So that is undamped case, overdamped case, underdamped case and critically damped case. You just consider the transfer function of this second order system. So just determine the poles of this transfer function. Consider the characteristics equation. So what is the characteristics of equation of this transfer function? That is s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square is equals to 0. So we will get two poles. So that is S1 and S2 are the two poles of this characteristics equation, that is minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. So these are the two poles of the transfer function of the second order system. Now substitute these two poles in the standard form of the transfer function of the second order system. Then you will get C of s divided by r of s is equals to omega n square divided by under bracket s plus zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Another pole is s plus zeta omega n minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Now here we'll consider the unit step input. The unit step input, so that is the transfer function of the unit step input, if you suppose to consider, so that is given as what, 1 divided by s. Now for here, so we'll consider this as a what, our input signal, so that is r of s is equals to 1 by s is to be considered. Now substitute this r of s is equals to 1 by s in this equation. So if you substitute here, then you will get the output response as C of s is equals to omega n square divided by s into bracket s plus zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1, s plus zeta omega n minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1. Now we will discuss all the 4 cases here. Now first case is to be considered as underdamped case. So in underdamped case, what is the condition? So zeta, so which is greater than 0 and less than 1. So in this case, the transfer function can be written as, so that is C of s divided by r of s, that is equals to omega n square divided by s plus zeta omega n plus j omega d, s plus zeta omega n minus j omega d. So here, so just we considered as in place of omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square, I substituted here what, omega d. That means in this equation, see, in this equation, just here square root of zeta square minus 1. So here you just remove minus 1 as a common. If you remove minus 1 as a common, so that is considered as what, j term. So then this becomes what, square root of 1 minus zeta square, and omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square is to be considered as a what, omega d. So that is shown here. So where omega d, it is nothing but damped natural frequency, which magnitude is what, that is equals to omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square. Now for a unit step input, C of s can be written as, now here that is C of s is equals to omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n plus omega n square into s. This is the what standard form. So here you just substituted what r of s value, so that is 1 divided by s. Now you just take the inverse Laplace transform of this equation, so then we'll get C of s. So before taking the inverse Laplace transform, so that C of s can be written in this form, that is C of s is equals to 1 divided by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Just solve this equation, then again you will get further the above equation. Now just separate the things, that is 1 divided by s minus s plus zeta omega n divided by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square minus zeta omega n divided by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. Again you just solve this one, this can be rewritten, so this can be rewritten, just you solve this equation, then again you will get the above equation only. Now here apply the inverse Laplace transform. Now if you apply the inverse Laplace transform, so the inverse Laplace transform of this equation, that is s plus zeta omega n divided by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. So what is the inverse Laplace transform of this is what? E raised to minus zeta omega n t cos omega d t. Now here, so in this case, just you consider this one. So here you just substitute in place of omega n. So here omega d divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Substitute in place of omega n here, that is omega d divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Then zeta divided by 1 square root of 1 minus zeta square will be constant. Then the inverse Laplace transform of omega d divided by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. So this value becomes e raised to minus zeta omega n t sin omega d t. Now substitute the values. So substitute the inverse Laplace transform of this value. So that is nothing but, so this is e raised to minus zeta omega n t cos omega dt. Then substitute the value, that is omega d divided by s plus zeta omega n square plus omega d square. Then this value is e raised to minus zeta omega n t s sin omega d t. Then the inverse Laplace transform of 1 divided by s is what? So this is unity, so this is substituted here. This is 1 by s term. Then so this term is what? E raised to, here e raised to minus zeta omega n t is common, so just remove outside, so cos omega dt. So here this is cos omega dt plus zeta divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square is the constant term, then sin omega dt. Call this as equation number 1. Now here you just remove square root of 1 minus zeta square outside, just remove this as outside. So this becomes 1 minus e raised to minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Now here square root of 1 minus zeta square will be multiplied with cos omega dt plus, so this becomes zeta omega, that is sin omega dt. Now here I just consider, so let us consider that zeta, the value of zeta be the what? Cos alpha. Then square root of 1 minus zeta square value is considered as what? Sin alpha. Now so just consider, so this equation, see, so substitute these values, zeta is equals to cos alpha and square root of 1 minus zeta square is sin alpha in this equation. If you substitute these values in this equation, so this equation becomes, so how? That is C of t is equals to 1 minus e raised to minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. So this value is what? This is sin alpha, substituted here sin alpha. Then just keep as it is cos omega t. kept cos omega t as it is, plus substitute the value of zeta. So zeta be the what, cos alpha. Now substitute the value of the zeta is cos alpha. Then this is keep as it is, that is sin omega t. You know, so this is in the form of what? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So if you know the trigonometric identity, that is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, so this can be written as sin of A plus B. Now apply this for this equation C of t, then you will get 1 minus e raised to minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt plus alpha. Now you know that sin alpha and cos alpha value. You take these two ratios, sin alpha divided by cos alpha. So sin alpha divided by cos alpha, that is nothing but tan alpha, that is equals to square root of 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Then alpha value is what? Tan inverse of what? So square root of 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Substitute in place of alpha. So here substitute here in place of alpha. So then you will get C of t is equals to 1 minus, so this is constant term, 1 minus e raised to minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Then sin omega dt plus, in the place of alpha you substitute tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Now this is the what? The time response of the unit step signal is to be applied for the second order system for, so which condition? Here the condition is considered, which is the condition? Under damped condition. So what is its time response? Here we'll get the time response, and even can also check its error signal. You know the error signal, how to calculate the error signal? This is the difference between the reference input and the controlled output. Now that is E of t is equals to R of t minus C of t. You know the value of R of t here. So just substitute the value of R of t and C of t. So the value of R of t is what? 1. Then substitute C of t this value. Substitute C of t this value. So then finally you will get E of t. That E of t is equals to what? E raised to minus zeta omega n, because 1 get cancelled. So then we will get E raised to minus zeta omega n cos omega dt plus zeta divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt. So this is what the error signal you will get. So in second order system. Now in this case we'll check this one more case, that the undamped case. If the damping ratio zeta is equals to 0, the response becomes undamped and oscillations continue indefinitely. The response C of t for the zero damping case may be obtained by substituting zeta is equals to 0 in the equation number 1. Now you know the equation number 1. So this is the equation number 1. So for here you just substitute the value zeta is equals to 0. So this is the what? Undamped case condition. So substitute zeta is equals to 0. So then you will get C of t as 1 minus cos omega n t. So this is for t which is greater than or is equals to what? 0. All this as equation number 2. Now let us consider one more case, that is critically damped case, that is zeta is equals to 1. Now again we just consider the standard form of the second order system. So you know, for unit step input, that is R of s is equals to 1 divided by s, then C of s can be written as, just substitute in place of R of s, that is 1 divided by s, and also you substitute zeta. So in this equation, then you will get C of s is equals to omega n square divided by s plus omega n under bracket square into s. Now just determine the inverse Laplace transform of this equation. So if you determine the inverse Laplace transform of this equation, you will get the inverse Laplace transform is what? That is C of t. C of t is equals to what? the 1 minus e raised to minus omega n t under bracket 1 plus omega n t for t is greater than or is equals to 0. Just go through with this equation. Just take its inverse Laplace transform. So if you take this inverse Laplace transform, then you will get this equation, that is c of t is equals to that 1 minus e raised to minus omega n t under bracket 1 plus omega n t, that is for t is greater than or is equals to 0. Just go through with this equation, just apply the inverse Laplace transform, then you will get this equation. Now let me consider one more case, that is overdamped case, that is zeta which is greater than 1. Again, just consider the standard form of the second order transfer function of the second order system. So here again, just consider the unit step input, that is r of s is equals to 1 divided by s. Substitute this r of s here, 1 divided by s, then c of s can be written as, that is c of s is equals to omega n square divided by s plus zeta omega n plus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1, s plus zeta omega n minus omega n square root of zeta square minus 1 into s. These are the two poles here. So you obtained earlier. So substitute these two poles and even s is substituted, that is 1 divided by s, it is nothing but r of s. Now take this inverse Laplace transform of this equation, then you will get the inverse Laplace transform of this equation, and finally just to solve this equation, then you will get the time response, that is c of t is equals to 1 plus omega n divided by 2 into square root of zeta square minus 1 under bracket e raised to minus s1t divided by s1 minus e raised to minus s2t divided by s2 for t is greater than greater than or is equals to 0, where s1 and s2 be the what, s1 is equals to zeta plus square root of zeta square minus 1 into omega n, and similarly s2 is equals to zeta minus square root of zeta square minus 1 into omega n. Now this is the response c of t, including two exponential terms. So this is the one exponential term and this is one more exponential term. It consists of so this is about the time response of the system. So where the overdamped case is to be considered. Now what are the output responses in all the cases? If you suppose to consider the underdamped case, then what is the output response? So what is the output response in underdamped case? Just observe the time response of the underdamped case. So underdamped case, the time response is what? C of t is equals to 1 minus cos omega n t. Now sorry, this is undamped case. So underdamped case, just suppose to determine what underdamped case. Where is underdamped case? So this is the what underdamped case. The underdamped case, just consider the standard equation, that is this is the standard equation you are supposed to consider. So c of t is equals to, that is 1 minus e raised to minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt plus tan inverse of square root of 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Now for this equation, time response, what is the time response for this equation? So which is given here. So this is the time response of this equation. So this one is the time response. There will be a continuous oscillations, so you will find in the response. Now if you suppose to consider the critically damped case, the time response will be what here. So there will be again further combination of what steady state response as well as the what transient response. This transient response will be present here. So here overdamped case, so here also there will be a combination of steady state as well as the transient response, and this is the undamped case. So there is no damping is in this case. So that is, so this is what pure sinusoidal signal.